I drew this back in 1986. There's my autograph, the year. And I drew this one again back in 1986. And here's a drawing I didn't draw, but I used to own a 1986 Monte Carlo SS. This is the stairwell down to my basement. And I got some more of my artwork. Here's a Wolverine sign. I created this out of MDF board, cut it out with jigsaw, and then painted it in Wolverine's traditional colors. I have some facsimiles of Wolverine's first appearance up here on the wall. And below, another sign that I made. And I made the Deadpool sign of a 2x8 and some MDF. Garfield, when I was a young boy, I liked him. He was my favorite. Made that piggy bank in ceramics when I was probably around 9 years old. My Odie is probably 40 years old. Even that card back there was from 1978. Made myself a Captain America shield, as well as made this Captain America sign. Made this Punisher sign. Got myself a Deadpool character here. Got some more pictures up above the mirror. Up top, some Punisher comics. Just a couple of facsimiles, not the real books. Another Venom poster. And then down to my basement. Ooh, got dark. Hey, look, it's my head. Down in this room here, I have some more signs that I had created. Straight ahead, we have a Venom sign that I had made. It's three-dimensional. Made out of MDF. Up above, we've got a Hulk sign. These were created out of scraps of pressure-treated 4x4 after I made my fence. I had to do something with the scraps, so I created and glued these Hulk signs together. Tried to match the cover of the book. In the corner, got a red Hulk, green Hulk covers, and a green Hulk sign. Made that one as well. My wife got this from a guy at work who 3D printed this pumpkin. Real cool. Made my Venom sign off of this cover. Followed the colors scheme that was on this picture. Now another sign I made. This was made of 2x4s. Painted it in his silver and red armor color, and then put furniture tacks on the front to give it that metal look. Here we've got an elf doll. Nope, that's not the one. Oh. Hulk smashes. That's my wife's elf doll. It's an original. Here's an Avengers poster I got in the original movie, Age of Ultron. Original Fantastic Four movie board. My comic book room door. And then we enter the room. Boom. Comic book collecting to me is all about the comics. Not really into figurines and toys. There are a few things that have caught my eye over the years, and Deadpool being my favorite guy. I got this taco truck. Inside this truck, it has 5 figurines. Never opened it. There they are inside, still taped up shut. Prefer to just keep it in the box on display. There are a couple things on the back wall here. Deadpool car, Iron Man car, another Deadpool figurine, and a Wolverine Pog. It's the only Pog I've ever gotten in my life. This X-Men sign here, traded that out of the 2x4s, and then just splattered it up with a bunch of paint. Traded those chains around Patrick's neck out of pop and beer can tabs. Here's number 126 of the Uncanny X-Men, as well as a CGC 9.2. I sit here when I read. Keep all my supplies there. And my reading glasses, because I'm old and blind. And some Looney Tunes cups. Still need to get Foghorn Leghorn and Bugs Bunny to complete the 8 figure set. Got a Walking Dead poster book here. Bought at a thrift store. Paid $5 for it. It's got 40 posters, hard cardboard, as well as a second one. 2 books, $5 each. Can't beat that. You got some real cool pictures inside there. Very high quality pictures from the first couple of seasons. And a baby Ernie. Thing is old, bought it when my kids were young. He actually laughs and shakes. Hard to believe the battery's still working after probably 30 years. Well, somewhat working. Went to the Calgary Comic Con. Met Arthur Soilem. Watched him sign it right in front of me. And later, going through some comic bins at $1, bought this actual book, numbered. It was autographed by him as well. And I got some cups. And down here I got Aurora and Rogue. Made the Aurora off of Dodge Ram 1500 emblems. And the Rogue obviously off of a Nissan Rogue. My son got me this Deadpool taxi car. Pretty cool. And then my wife brought me home this Tim Bieber bag. Not a fan, but hang on to it. Some idiot will want to buy it off me one day. The comic book store that I get my new issues from. I asked for a t-shirt and they gave me one. I started buying my comic books from them in 1986, 3 years after they opened their store for the first time. My lower layer of comics, I've placed these fluorescent lights so I can see, because it's dark. Otherwise, they're just pinned to the wall. This room was my second oldest child's room. Has since moved out. He chose the orange color that's on the walls, but I kind of like it. It's a good contrast to the comics. The thing that got me interested in comics in the first place is all the vibrant colors. I'm in my 50s. I started collecting when I was 9. I had a next door neighbor who inherited a complete collection going way back to the 50s, including full run from #1 of Playboy. And when I seen comic books like X-Men #1 and Fantastic Four #1 and all the books in succession, I was hooked. Started buying my books at garage sales. Then later on in life, I started buying them brand new. The first book I picked up off of a turn rack, as far as I can remember, was Uncanny X-Men #149. And since then, I've been collecting all Marvel. I would buy Superman comic books from the dollar bins and then trade them to other people for their Marvel comics. Here I've got Punishers from #1 up, Deadpool from #1 up, Wolverine from #1 up, all the X Factor, all the X Force. Down the bottom underneath this blanket, full runs of Iron Man, full runs of Daredevil, full runs of Hulk, full runs of X-Men. My Walking Dead, started buying them at #100. Started getting the trade paperbacks to read it. Unfortunately, I didn't get it for #1 up. Went to the store the day or the month that it was released. My wife was with me. She picked up number 1 off the rack, read it, and put it back. I told her, get it. I'll put it on my file, and we'll get you them every month for something to read. And she said no. Unfortunately, that collection is worth quite a bit of money at one point, and still is today. Got some CGC books. Here is first appearance of Dazzler. Got an 8.0. This is a duplicate to the one I have in my full run long box. So I've got multiple copies of that, and I hear Taylor Swift will be playing her possibly in the new Deadpool movie. We'll add some value to it. Very, very first appearance of Wolverine. Has his cameo on the last page. I have a 181 in my box. I prefer to leave my comics unslabbed. Everything I can got in my comic book collection, I can access it at any time and leave them open so that when I read them new, I can place them in filed order. Everything has all got a label. All the mini-series, all the full ongoing series. Yeah, that's what I do. Get some more supplies in that cupboard there. But that's another day in my room. All down in the basement. We got some Hot Wheels. Also made a Hot Wheels sign that I've placed on the wall where my wife works. So people, when they go to visit her, they can see some of my artwork there as well.